Hello, hello, it's Monica from Crafting with Quilling Lady, and I hope you have absolutely wonderful day. It is Thursday, so it is time for Christmas projects. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to create traditional Christmas cards with a modern twist. As you can see, I'm going to use some greens, reds and gold because these are the traditional colors, and I'm going to use beautiful design paper that I got from the works a couple of days ago, and it's called the best time of the year. As you can see, the main theme colors are red, green and also beautiful elements to fussy cut. And actually when I saw them, I thought I really need them in my life, and I'm going to create some beautiful cards. So using my scan and cut machine, I cut all those elements and they were ready for all the projects. And to be honest, I also have some left over, so I might create more cards later on. And I really like that green design paper, and I thought it would work for the first background. And I'm going to use beautiful mystical frames, cutting die from Enchanted Dreams collection from Crafter's Companion, and using the biggest die, I'm going to cut out that beautiful green design paper. And this way I'm going to have beautiful background. And don't forget to use some low tack tape when you put bigger dies in your die cutting machine. Using 300 GSM multi-purpose card, I also created two white panels, and using beautiful craft card from Crafter's Companion and smaller die from Mystical Frames, I created that beautiful ornament here. I think it is just so pretty, and the craft card really works with the traditional colors. If you agree, please let me know in the comments down below. Now it is time to assemble those panels together, and I'm using my one and only liquid glue, magic glue, because first of all it dries clear and you do have time to maneuver your elements if you make a mistake. So it is a win-win situation. And I do wonder, how often do you create shaped Christmas cards? Because in this case I really wanted something traditional but with a modern twist. So in this case, as you can see, I'm using non-traditional cutting die, and in this case it is called Mystical Frames. So if you have any bigger nesting dies or beautiful elements with cutting dies, use them for Christmas cards as well. As you can see, I've got all those elements ready, and now it is the trickiest part to actually choose which one do you like for that beautiful design paper. And this is always the most challenging thing of creating cards. So you have to think about your composition or layout and just put all the things the way you want. And it's always a good idea to have a dry run first before you start assembling all those elements. And I do wonder, how often do you create cards with traditional Christmas colors? If you do, please let me know. Maybe you also have some favorite shapes for those cards. I'm really curious, so please leave that comment. As you can see, I'm using my one and only liquid glue, but I'm also going to use some double-sided foam adhesive for extra dimension for some of the elements. And I think that really makes a difference, even when the card is, let's say, flat and it goes in the envelope. But that small dimension really makes a difference. And when these elements are ready, I had a look at my stash, and using gold mirror card, I die cut Merry Christmas in Polish, because all those three cards are going to have the Polish sentiment. And I always like to create something different, and I don't always create traditional Christmas cards, but in this case, when I saw the design paper from the works, I thought I need it, and I really want to create very quick and beautiful cards. So if you like traditional colors, I really hope this video will inspire you to create something beautiful this week. So now it is time for a sentiment, and again, have a look where do you want to put it, just to make sure that everything fits on your card. And in this case, I really wanted to use that poinsettia, but I couldn't decide left or right side, and in the end the poinsettia ended up on the left hand side. But then you have to make sure that there is still some space for the sentiment. And as I said before, this is, let's say, a shaped card, so this is the modern twist I put for traditional Christmas cards. And it's always a good idea to actually use the biggest die, like in this case I use it for the green design paper, and also I cut it twice from 300 GSM white card. So this way you're going to have the front and the back of your card, and I'm going to use it the same for the second and the third project. And trust me, your recipients will absolutely love your card. So if you have that cutting die from Crafter's Companion, yes, you can use it for Christmas projects as well. And if you do, I really hope you'll share the link to your project so I can have a look. Now, using my scoring board, I'm going to create a top flap, and this way, yes, we're going to have that shaped element to our card. And what's a big bonus here, it is going to stand flat, or actually beautifully on a flat surface. So this is always a big tip whenever you create shaped cards. And I wonder, have you seen my shadow box Christmas cards? If you haven't, the link is in the top right corner. I also created cards with non-traditional Christmas colors with some bubbles. If you haven't seen that, the link is in the top right corner. And of course, I needed some gems, because why not? In this case, I actually added some green gems, and as you can see, the cards can stand on a flat surface and it's ready. For the second card, I'm going to use the same, the best time of the year design paper, but this time I decided to have that black background. I absolutely love it, and again, using the biggest die from Mystical Frames, I'm going to create myself a panel. And don't forget about that low tack tape, because it really makes a difference when you put your elements through a die cutting machine. So now, as you can see, I'm going to have the same card, but the orientation is different. So yes, you can do that as well with any dice you've got in your stash. You can also use some nesting dice, and that will work as well. And I do wonder, how often do you use those fussy cut elements, or like in this case, cut using scan and cut machine? Do you think it makes a difference in card making, or do you prefer just ready-made elements? As you can see, I have the same beautiful frame using craft card, and it is time to do a dry run with all the elements you want. And remember, have a think about your composition. Where do you want to place your elements? Just make sure you've got enough space for everything you want. And I really like to go with diagonal lines, and I really like to have some balance on my cards. But maybe you have different way to create your cards. And if you do, please let me know in the comments down below. And again, I'm going to use some double-sided foam adhesive for extra interest and dimension. And I also wanted to tell you that every single Monday on my channel, I've got personalized cards. On Thursdays, I've got Christmas projects. And in October, I'm going to have some Halloween projects on Saturdays as well. So stay tuned for all those videos. And I also wanted to thank you to all my subscribers, because every single one of you means a lot, and every single new subscriber is like a little dance for me. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, I hope today is the day. And hit that notification bell, because you'll be notified about every single video I create. And as you can see, I've got tons of inspiration. So when these elements are ready, then you have to decide where do you want more elements. And I really like that red bow. I think it is just so pretty, and I really wanted to give it some dimension, but as you can see, in this case, I had to cut some pads a little bit smaller, just to make sure that everything will fit and the tape and foam pads won't be visible. And it's always a good idea to use your pokey tool to peel off the backing, because that really makes a difference. Now it is time for a sentiment, and again I use gold mirror card, but this time I use different font. So all these elements are ready. Now it is time to put our back panel. As you can see, I still have my scoring board, and I'm creating a top flap. And again, you can use your scissors to cut the excess off, because this way no one will ever see that it wasn't intended to be there. super simple trick to use in any shaped cards. Again, I'm going to use my one and only liquid glue, magic glue, to assemble those elements together. And it wouldn't be me if I didn't add any gems. And in this case, I added some gold gems because I think that gold really matches the black background and all the elements on a card. If you agree, please let me know in the comments down below. I added just few gems, not that many as usual, but I think they really make a difference. And there is plenty of space to write your message inside, and the card stands proudly on a flat surface. For the third card, I'm going to use classic Christmas party design paper from the wax as well. And I absolutely love the design paper with the black background and those red bubbles. I think this is just so pretty, and I couldn't resist. So when these elements are ready, I'm going to create that frame with craft card, and also I'm going to use the design paper on white card as well for extra dimension, and that'll be my front panel. When these elements are adhered, now you can do whatever you want with your composition. I really like that card and also that snow globe. I think this is just so pretty, and it really makes me think about traditional Christmas. And I do wonder, do you actually have a snow globe in your stash or at home? If you do, please let me know. Where did you get it from? Maybe it was a Christmas present. If it was, please let me know how old you were when you got it. So as you can see, I'm doing the dry run first, and then using my liquid glue, one and only glue, I'm putting all those elements together. And I really thought at this point, yes, we need a little bit of dimension. So again, I'm going to use my double-sided foam adhesive. Super quick and simple to actually put all those elements together. So as you can see, these cards were super quick to make. Actually, to be honest, in total, they took me about 50 minutes, both with cutting all those elements. So, super quick and easy. And yes, you have some ready cards to give to your friends or family. And as you know me, I really like to create small collections with 3 or few more cards. And I think that is very handy, especially when you create more complicated or even with super easy and quick cards. I really like to work in threes, and if you do that as well, please let me know in the comments down below. So our card is nearly done, and at this point I thought, yes, I'm going to add a sentiment with gold mirror card again, because why not? Gold is like a Christmas color, isn't it? And also, I'm going to add some gold gems that will match the gold mirror card. And what do you think about this color palette? The traditional with gold, red and green. Please let me know in the comments down below. So our card is finished, and again it stands proudly on a flat surface, and there is plenty of space to write your message inside. And now you can see all 3 cards side by side, and I do wonder which one is your favorite. Which one would you like to try? And I also wonder, do you have that mystical frames cutting die from Crafter's Companion? If you do, I really hope you will give these cards a go. Thank you so much for watching and spending that time with me. Don't forget to like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Have a wonderful day and happy crafting. See you in my next video. Bye!